Ayo Should've exploded for 43 points in the playoffs without two backcourts coming off the bench. I can't forgive AK. We'll talk about his night.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
What is going on, Bulls Nation? So I really am not that invested this year's playoffs. It just feels like the Thunder is gonna win it all. That's just my feeling, and I'm not a biggest fan of that team, but it just feels that way. So I haven't really been keeping up, and I saw my feed last night because on the ESPN app popped up and says Ayo Should've for 43 points. Now, first reaction was just like, how did it happen? I'm not surprised. I'm happy for him first and foremost, and then the second emotion was like anger. It's like, God, AK, I cannot forgive you for what you did to Ayo. And I've been on the record. I was all for trading everyone but Matas Buzelis and maybe Josh Giddey. But I understood that if you traded Kobe White, and I wanted them to trade Kobe White so we could retain Ayo Should've. Ayo Should've is not only a native of Chicago, which is already a plus, but he's also a two-way player, which is something that Kobe was not. And now I wouldn't say to an extent. The same goes that you can say for Josh Giddey. Now, I'm all about keeping Josh Giddey. I wanted to keep Ayo and Josh Giddey together. We already got rid of Alex Caruso. And guys like that, if you want to build a winning team, or not even a winning team, a culture within your organization, you need players like them. Hardworking, put their head down, lunch. We were made off of that. He's like the Taj Gibson of guard. But now he's proven that he can also score. We know he could score. He's been doing that in the beginning of the year. Then it kind of slowed down. But now he's on a bigger stage, on a better team, and he's better than ever. And forget about this game. Maybe he's 5 out of 5 from 3-point area. That's not going to happen overnight. He's not going to score 43 or 30 every night. But the fact remains, he is a valuable piece to any team, contending or not. These are the type of guys that you just hang on to. Forget about the fact that he's from Chicago. That's an added bonus right there. That is one blunder that could only be undone, and this is a big pressure, and that's a big if as well, if Rob Dillingham decides to be a star in the future. Other than that, it's gonna be hard to fathom. Can we still sign Ayo after this year? He's an unrestricted free agent. The Nuggets will have his birthright, and I'm sure they're gonna do everything in their power to keep him. Why wouldn't they? Because they obviously, and this doesn't only involve the Timberwolves. This also involves a lot of teams who passed on Ayo. Like the Nuggets could have gotten him. The Houston Rockets. There's a lot of teams that needed a point guard that just, for some inexplicable reason, passed up on Ayo. And the Bulls ended up with 2 second rounds and Rob Dillingham. I didn't like that trade. I still don't like that trade. I don't think I would ever love that trade. And that is I would say, I don't know if this is bigger blunder than AK than signing P. Will. At the time, P. Will's contract we're kind of like, all right, that's a little bit over the mid-level exception. But if Ayo continues this trajectory, which is an important piece to any team, not just the Timberwolves, he could help. Guys like Ayo could literally help any team, contending or not, because he sets the pace. Now, before the trade, if Bulls didn't trade him, I was in the ballpark where I was like, all right, we're going to have to give him, because he was playing well before we traded him. I was like, all right, maybe we can retain him for 15, maybe 17. Oh, forget about that. Now he's known. He's putting up a show in the grand stage of them all. He is at a minimum now getting 20, if not 25. So this is I don't know if the Bulls can still sign him for 25. Do you really want to? Do they want to? I don't know, man. Like I probably would. He's better than any guard on the Bulls team right now. Talking about, they prioritize as well. What's his name? Trey Jones. Ayo's bigger. He's a better defender. He can guard multiple positions. He can guard a wing because he is bigger. He has some long wingspan. So trading Kobe, I didn't have a problem with. Never did. Never will. Should we have gotten more? Sure. We can make that argument all day. But at the end of the day, I felt like trading Kobe was essential to keep Ayo. Trading both doesn't make sense. And that is why AK doesn't have a job. Now, AK doesn't have a job because of Jaden Ivey. But I'm curious to find out, like, had Jaden Ivey didn't made what he did, would AK eventually been fired? Seeing what Ayo is doing now, like, even before this 43 points, he's been pretty efficient. He's been pretty good with Minnesota, scoring double digits, guarding multiple positions. Again, he's not gonna do 43 all the time, but it just kills me. I'm happy and it kills me at the same time, and that is both true. Both statements could be true. God, I hate AK for what they did here. I can almost forgive them for everything, but trading Ayo for second round picks is just hard because of so many reasons. Because of Ayo being Ayo. He's just the ultimate professional. Coming off the bench, doing whatever it is that you want him to do. A two-way player, and now scoring 43 points. That trade just keeps getting worse and worse by the day. If Kobe scores 50 tomorrow, I'll be like, oh, I'm happy. I'm still happy for Kobe, but I still feels like it's the right decision to do had we kept Ayo. But man, this is hard to swallow as a Bulls fan. We gotta hit this draft. We gotta turn those second round picks into something. I don't know what that would be. It's up now to the new general manager, to the new front office, to rectify this mistake. But just because of this, I hope AK doesn't get another job ever again. I'm sure they will, but not as a, president of basketball operations, because obviously he did a terrible job here at the Bulls, and this is the icing on the cake for that. And I'm on the record for that. This is not a spur of the moment because he scored 43. If you go back to my videos, I'm always like, we gotta keep Ayo, trade Kobe, keep Ayo, and see what happens after that. Pay Ayo like 17. At that time, 17 sounds pretty fair for Ayo, like double of what he makes now, because he's shown improvement, but now he's at his peak. But let me know in the comments down below. Do you still feel that trade is terrible? Do you think it's a necessary move? Because I heard CHGO said, we gotta move away from Ayo. I don't agree with that, but let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.